All right. What's up, everybody? My people in Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, all that Staten Island, my homeboro Brooklyn. Back in another video, giving me another entry into the greatest of all time series. I haven't done this, made another entry in the series in a while. I'm gonna do one, Mr. Bill Russell, the great Boston Celtic. And I hate doing this video because, like I say, he's a Boston Celtic. I'm a diehard New York Knicks fan, but you gotta recognize greatness when it's right in front of your face, man. You can't let little petty rivalries get in the way of that shit. But let's get into Mr. Bill Russell. Okay, Bill Russell, of course, played 13 years in the NBA, 1956 to 1969, all with the Boston Celtics, of course. Back then, there was no free agency. No. He attended the University of San Francisco and won back-to-back national championships with the San Francisco Dons. He was drafted third overall in the first round by the St. Louis Hawks, but then traded to the Boston Celtics. And the Boston Celtics, the way they're known today as a legendary golden basketball franchise, all that's because of Mr. Bill Russell. Now, they had Bob Cousy, who was an all-time great player before Mr. Russell, but they couldn't win a championship. They had Red Auerbach. But when they got Bill Russell, that's when they took off. His rookie year, he teamed up with Tommy Heinsohn, who won Rookie of the Year over Bill Russell, and they went on to defeat the Hawks, the St. Louis Hawks, in the NBA Finals in 7 games. Okay? Bill Russell, in his 13-year career, played in 12 NBA Finals, only lost 1 to the St. Louis Hawks, and won 11 NBA championships. He was the 11 NBA championships. He was the league MVP 5 times over, in this era of Wilt Chamberlain and Oscar Robertson. He won 5 league MVPs and made 12 All-Star appearances, 4 rebounding titles. Bill Russell ended his career with 130 career 30-rebound games. Think about that, 130 rebound games, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I mean, and he was the first black coach in NBA history. He took over as player coach in the 66-67 season, and in that year they lost to Wilt Chamberlain's 76ers. But Russell had owned Wilt Chamberlain out there rivalry, but that's I'm gonna get to that later. But but the next 2 years they won. Of course, in 1969, the NBA Finals. In the 69 Finals, they played Wilt Chamberlain's Lakers. Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, who had lost to the Boston Celtics years before. Lost to the Boston Celtics in 59. They got swept in 59. Lost them in 62, 63, 65, and 66. Just kept losing to them until they finally got over the hump. They got over the hump years down the line in 72. But when they added Wilt Chamberlain, they thought they could help him go over the hump in 69. Game 7 in Los Angeles, they had balloons up in the rafters because they thought they were going to win the championship. And Bill Russell stated, and I quote, them fucking balloons are staying up there. And the Celtics closed out the Lakers in Game 7 and won Bill Russell's 11th NBA championship in his 13th and final year. Bill Russell is arguably the greatest defensive player in the history of the NBA. Like, period. Defensive player, blocking shots. His defensive metrics are off the charts, man. If you look at Bill Russell's defensive metrics. And let me say this about Bill Russell in regards to him and Wilt Chamberlain. People will say, Wilt Chamberlain put 40 points and 30 boards on him. Wilt Chamberlain had a 55 rebound game against Bill Russell, but they would lose. He played Bill Russell in 65 conference finals, lost 66, lost. He won 67. Played him in the NBA finals 69 and lost. Bill Russell had owned that rivalry in the postseason. When it counted, when it mattered the most, Bill Russell will fill up the box score, but Bill Russell's team would have more points on the scoreboard. Not just the facts, man. Bill Russell's probably one of the few players, a very small few players who can make a legit case of being the greatest player ever over Michael Jordan. Him, Magic, hell, Larry Bird, Kareem. I know Larry Bird may shock people, but I did a video on Larry Bird, how great he was. You could argue that Larry Bird at his peak was the greatest player ever. You can never make a case. And Bill Russell's numbers, averaging 15 points a game for a career, that's not like that. But Bill Russell's like the Tim Duncan of his era. You can't judge him by the stats. You had to watch him play or understand his impact. Of course, I didn't watch him play, but I look up his stats. I look up some of the highlights. I look at all the numbers against Wilt Chamberlain and all the great teams that era, and Bill Russell dominated, man. He just did. So he deserves more respect, before he's gone. They named the NBA Finals MVP trophy after him, even though he didn't win one because back then they didn't start giving out NBA Finals MVPs until 1969. And against when it was the Lakers and Celtics, and of course, the Lakers lost the series, but they gave it to Jerry West. As you can see here, 11 NBA championships to 6 over Michael Jordan. Now, of course, Michael Jordan to me is the greatest player ever, and honestly and I know people, I may have to do a video on Michael Jordan during the greatest of all time series. I don't want to because I feel like, well, It's unnecessary. To anybody who understands basketball and the history of basketball and Jordan's impact, you know why he's the greatest ever. But there are a lot of idiot LeBron fans out here, so I may have to put them in their damn place. But back to Bill Russell. Yeah, man. Do you think Bill Russell's the greatest of all time? If not, comment down below. Comment down below. Click the like button if you agree. Subscribe. Help a young brother grow on YouTube, man. See you all.